Coming up, we're kicking off the next leg of coasting through Asia in Taipei.
The start of an epic 5-day trip where we're taking on Taiwan from top to bottom.
Starting with the most themed park in the country.
This Flume looks incredible. That is some Disney level detail.
Unlike Disney Sea though, I don't know that they have the rights to that.
Hopefully everything's open.
The main coaster here is an Intamin impulse coaster, which we haven't seen it go. Here is another ride that's down.
There's a lot of closed rides here.
And things get a little weird.
They have strung up a bunch of baby dolls and covered them in blood.
And it's all coming up next.
Welcome everyone to Taipei, Taiwan, the start of an epic 5-day trip where we're taking on Taiwan from top to bottom.
Quite literally, like we're starting from literally the top of the country and working our way almost to the very bottom before we head out of here. And I'm pretty sure we're doing every major theme park that there is in the entire country.
Yeah, so we just took a 2-hour flight from Fukuoka, Japan, which is towards the bottom of the country, to its capital city, and we took some transit over to our hotel room, which faces Taipei 101.
Here's the view.
Wow,
Check it out.
One of the world's tallest buildings right there.
Isn't that insane?
It's pretty nuts. But this country is beautiful. I mean, you saw some of the views coming in, just mountains everywhere. This is gonna be a beautiful trip, and our room is not half bad either. We're staying at the Amba Hotel right near the Shangsan train station.
Oh, and I want to say, when we checked in, there was like a little cafe in the lobby themed to Batman. And I got something called a black sesame latte, and it is freaking delicious if anybody is wanting to try something unique.
Our first theme park of the trip is going to be Leofoo Village, which is about an hour south of Taipei. Before we head to the park, we want to show you some iconic sites around Taipei, and specifically show off that big building.
Our first day in Taiwan was amazing. Seeing all those sights around Taipei was incredible. And we just did about an hour-and-a-half drive down south from the city. It was supposed to be 50 minutes, but this is our first time driving in Taiwan. And well, the GPS, the roads, we took some wrong turns. Anyways, we're
What
here.
is this we business? I was the passenger person.
All right.
All right.
I blame Apple Maps. It's fine. We are here at Leofoo Village. Stop number 1.
The main coaster here is an Intamin impulse coaster, which we haven't seen it go since we pulled up. That could just be bad operations, or it could not be open. Tough to say. But the main thing of this park is like the thematics, right? Like I know the log flume is the big thing that everybody talks about. It's got dinosaurs and stuff. And some really pretty architecture here.
Yeah, and it's also half zoo. So this will be the wildlife theme park of the trip. So that should be really cool. They're open till 7:30. We'll be taking you on some rides. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, just to add a little pizzazz and drama and flair to this adventure, we are apparently in the midst of a typhoon on the way, so it's going to be getting progressively windier and rainier as the days go on. So stay tuned to see what happens with that. We might be changing some plans around. We'll see. All right, so those are our ticket prices right there. I want to say 100 new Taiwan dollars or something like that is about $3 US. So that would be like 30 something bucks. So really not bad.
Just here on the other side of the turnstiles, what do we have? But a massive Easter Island head. Love it. So we've entered our main plaza. So it looks like straight ahead is gonna be like Easter Island, like Polynesian theme. There's the impulse coaster. I think that's the Wild West section. And then over here, Arabian, and then down there, Africa. For our first area, I think we're gonna head into the South Pacific. Go maybe do the log flume, or I know the drop tower's back here. It looks awesome already. I'm already very, very impressed with this themed land. Like, some other parks have done their take on like a Polynesian section, and this one is really, really good.
It reminds me a bit of like, at least like right here, like it reminds me of Adventureland at Magic Kingdom a little bit.
Yeah. The other main Polynesian themed area that I can think of off the top of my head is Portaventura. Has a whole land dedicated to it, and honestly, it's very, very similar vibes. This entrance sign is so epic. They literally have one of the ride vehicles here, like as a display piece. It's fantastic.
So this is something that you very rarely see. I use the translator, I don't know how to read this, but it basically explains how the ride works in quite a lot of detail. Like, at the moment of descent, the aluminum plate and magnets behind the car begin to generate reaction force, causing the car body to break. Now, this is, like, obviously not going to be a perfect translation, but, like, it's literally explaining, like, each of the parts and stuff, which is, like, really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how much the average person really cares, but...
I imagine maybe it's to help people not be so fearful about it, because drop towers are inherently intimidating.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Look at this queue. This is awesome. Wow. They really themed up this drop tower. This is awesome.
Here we go.
This thing is short, but also it looks really punchy. It's deceiving because the bottom half is like enclosed, basically.
Ooh.
Oh
my gosh.
Look at these mountains.
Holy cow.
We're rising up kind of fast.
I know, we really are.
Oh, and now we're like enclosed.
Oh, we are in a thing.
It's the pagoda. This is the thing that's about to take revenge on us.
Oh, goody.
Whoa!
Jeez.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my
God! That is short, but that is good air.
Wow.
That's a good
Okay.
that's a good Intamin.
So this guy's already cool enough just looking at him, but if you look down, he's actually a speaker disguised as a statue.
That is some Disney level detail.
It really is.
Having actually been to the South Pacific, I can confidently say this section actually feels like the South Pacific. Like the foliage and everything, very reminiscent. This flume looks incredible, but only in Taiwan would you just be able to enter the restricted area of the ride. You could just walk straight into the trough if you wanted. There's no barrier. That is wild. They just trust their people that much. We're doing it. We're doing the Flume, Mighty Flume Mountain Adventure. This thing looks fantastic. Look at this, already stunning views of the land.
I love that.
That'll be us soon. Hi.
I am enjoying being dry for now, but I'm not gonna lie, it is a little humid out, so this might feel nice.
This theming is incredible. You said it reminded you of the dinosaur flume at Plopsaland, and I feel like that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, I think this looks cooler actually though.
Yeah.
Where's Matt?
Presentation is awesome. We do have dinosaurs around it, that's for sure. Which I don't remember seeing dinosaurs when we went to French Polynesia and the South Pacific, but whatever.
Well, there were at some point probably. Come on.
I don't know if we're going up to the highest point yet or the second highest, because it looks like
it's the third floor, then the fifth floor.
Yeah, I know there's like 2 big drops on this. So much rock work. This is awesome. Even the trough is themed. There's like wood posts on either side.
Look at like the bridge.
Yeah.
Can you walk there?
That's amazing.
Can you like walk over that?
Maybe. This is so sick. Yeah, this looks like a walking path.
I feel like you definitely need to go.
Like some sort of like playhouse? Either that or it's just theming, but I don't know, maybe.
If it's just theming, then that's pretty dang elaborate.
It is elaborate, yeah. Oh, we have a great view of Pagoda's Revenge directly ahead. Wow. This is epic and all, but I feel like it needs music or some sort of like audio cue. No way did they just do the Jurassic Park River Adventure thing. Look, the T-Rex is directly above. That's hilarious. Oh, crap. Whoa! Oh. Wow.
I'm already completely soaked.
Yeah, that was a wet one. And that was the smaller drop.
That's not even the big drop.
There's that like grand vista view. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. There's picnic tables here. We can just sit and watch people get soaked.
Well, yeah, there's no one watching us go. What's
Yeah,
that?
no one else is eating here. Why not? This is the first place I would eat food. The foliage is also just beautiful. The whole landscape of Taiwan is incredible. All right, lift number 2 coming up. I think they said this one is 5 stories up. The one that we just plunged down from was 3 stories up.
Oh, goody.
Whoop! Oh, there we go. Look at the Arabian section right there.
Arabian Nights, Arabian. Hi.
All right, there's like a bird chirping sound effect. I just feel like it needs music. Like, just get some knockoff Jurassic Park music. Like. No, see, that's exactly Jurassic Park. They don't own the rights to that, so they have to make it slightly different so no one will notice.
You know we're about to get wrecked, right?
Oh yeah. That's where we were, down there. This is so cool. Whoa!
Oh, actually, I got more wet on the first
The
drop.
first one was worse.
How is that possible?
I don't know. That's a beautiful flume though. Wow.
Look, you can ride some little boats around. That's so cute. All right, I might have to do this.
In this flat ride, you ride in giant birds. And then here next to the ride is a bird enclosure. Tons of lorikeets. Look, here they are. Hey, last time I saw you guys was at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. One is literally called Lost World. Real creative again. Tell me you're doing Jurassic Park without actually doing Jurassic Park. So unless I'm mistaken, I think this path leads up into that rock work like around the flume that we thought could have been a walking path. So I don't know, I'm gonna go up here and see what we can find. I really hope it is what I'm thinking it is. Yep, here we go. This is the viewing trail. Ah, this is so cool. There's also little dinosaurs up here. Whoa. Hello. Ha. Here's another guy right here. There we have a velociraptor attacking a triceratops. That doesn't look like it's going so well for the triceratops. And here we go. Here's the stairs leading up. Oh, you can't go all the way up. I guess they're maintaining it? I don't know, but you can still get kind of close to the boats. Maybe you can see some of it. I think this is what you would normally go up in. Well, that's too bad. So we asked someone what this is for, and they said that normally there's a diving show here. So you have people literally up on the backside of the flume dropping into here, and that is pretty cool. Not going on today, but that's all right, because the views here are still just incredible. This is so, so detailed.
This is reminding me big time of Global Village. But we actually got some rides in here, like in the super well themed section.
Yeah, we were just recently at Tokyo Disney Sea, which also has an incredible Arabian area, and I'm not going to pretend that Leofoo Village just touches Disney Seas. However, this land is still very, very strong. The architecture, fantastic.
Unlike Disney Sea, though, I don't know that they have the rights to that. And behold, easily the coolest looking Larson loop I have ever seen. This has some actual like cool theming on it and stuff, and the way it's like mixed into the land, like I don't even mind it. I'm not gonna ride it, but I'm not minding that it's here. It looks nice.
I'm not sure what Sultan's Adventure is, but whatever it is out of service and is located in this massive building right here.
So this ride is called Anubis. I think it's like a shooter ride? Grave robbers will break into Anubis's grave. Only the winner of the game could revive. Just try to accomplish your mission now. Interesting. Never mind. Apparently it's a laser maze and it's gonna be like a 50-minute wait. Apparently I'm not good at laser mazes, learned that the other day, so never mind. Here is another ride that's down. It is a 5D theater. So, I don't know, that could have been cool, but such is life. I guess we are at the time of year where people are starting to go back to school and they're starting to do maintenance on things. But, I mean, it's okay. There's still plenty of stuff to do here. That's a cool looking shop. Jeez Louise, that's gorgeous. One thing I've noticed out here in Japan and Taiwan now is they love putting things on headbands. Like anything. It's adorable. Like in the US, I feel like it's pretty much Mickey ears, or like every once in a while you'll get something at Universal, but every park here has so much merch related to cute little animals and wearing them on your head. So found the entrance to the like horses that go around the area. I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to wait and all that just for like a little omnimover, but I mean, it looks cute. It seems like a lot of the lines are long today, so we'll see how this goes.
It's the fact that they put a big painting of the savannah out here as you're exiting the land to blend with. It is to help. It's a cohesion thing, but it's just funny. Sight lines, you know?
I found another ride that isn't open, the flying carpets.
Whole day maintenance. There's a lot of closed rides here.
Specifically in this area, a lot of closed rides.
Really weird.
Look at that.
That is almost Madagascar completion. We're missing Melman. Instead, there's a rhino. But yeah, no, we got Alex, Marty, and Gloria.
I love it.
They're all here. Hi, friends. Look at you. You munching?
Dude, alpacas are the best.
Alpacas
They're
are
so cute.
awesome. I like when they spit. It's funny.
I never think about camels.
No, alpacas spit.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh, then I guess I've gotten one.
Well, hello. Look at you guys. I love goats. And in classic goat fashion, he stuck his head through the bars.
As much as I love petting animals and playing with them and stuff, I feel like in my travels as time has gone on, I've become less and less tolerant of like small spaces. Like, you know, it's one thing if they're here for a couple hours during the day and then they have like a big area where they go after, but like I don't really see where they would go. So I don't know, that kind of stuff bugs me. I want you guys to have room to play.
No way. Pink chickens. You can actually get really close to them. They're like right there. They have an area set up for animal meetups. Specifically, it happens at 11:30, so we missed it already. But it's the seating built into the side of the hill. That's very clever. This is fantastic.
This is the best photo op I've ever seen.
You're just surrounded by little statues of meerkats. That's incredible.
At first glance, I thought they were real, and I was like, whoa, how did that many of them get out?
That would have been bad.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Meerkat Manor?
Yeah. We found Big Bear. Bear right. No, bear left. We barely made it. So we haven't gone in the Wild West area yet, but of the 3 lands that we've seen, the African section is definitely the weakest, I feel like. The Polynesian area, or sorry, South Pacific, and Arabian sections were incredible. But this area just is lacking energy. I know it's where most of the animals are. The animal exhibits are good. Again, some of them definitely could be bigger. It's certainly cool seeing the animals here, but I feel like thematically this whole section could be updated. This officially might be the slowest train I've ever done.
Well, I think the thought is so you can see the animals.
Yeah, which is great and all, but it's still a little weird how slow it's going. not gonna pretend like that's the best safari ride in the world, but all things considered, it was good. Yeah, it was fun.
I thought it was really fun. There was a lot to see. It was slow, and for that reason, I think they should have like a second train that parks when the other one leaves.
Absolutely.
That would make a lot of sense.
If you don't want to take the train, you also could wait and do a safari via bus. That's what this is back here. Very interesting that they have two different options.
I was thinking about getting a drink, and then I was like, oh my gosh, they have a way better option. Soup.
What?
Soup. A vending machine.
Soup for less than $1. Whoa.
How do we always end up seeing lemurs no matter
I
where
know.
in the world we go?
So many lemurs at theme parks, but nothing will beat the ones at Bellwater. Those were by far the best.
This monkey behind me looks like Emperor Palpatine. I don't know how to explain why he does, but he does. I'm not gonna lie, it feels illegal to be seeing his butt. It just doesn't look like it's meant to be seen. Oh, okay. Come on.
So earlier I said that the African area was by far the weakest section of Leofoo Village, and I think that is true for where most of the rides are, but at this point we're just walking along these paths and it's all just these like well landscaped animal exhibits, and it feels much more like a zoo. This portion is nice. It's a lot quieter, way more scenic. I would like to see that translate over to where more of the rides and attractions are, because there's a lot more people walking around there, and honestly I wouldn't be surprised if some people miss this pathway entirely, because you have to like go up some steps and then walk all the way around. Like, it's not part of the standard loop that people would be doing. Like, this is so calming, walking along these wooden boards right up against the water, seeing waterfalls, and just tons of monkeys. That is really, really nice. Wow, you can get really close to these guys. Look, he's like staring into my soul. And it looks like our first coaster will be Sahara Twister, which is a spinning coaster. It looks like the one that we did at Flamingo Land in the UK.
This ride gives some explanation about like the wheels and everything, like the bogies. That's actually awesome. I didn't translate this one, but I can figure it out. I feel like we're sitting in the vehicles for Haunted Mansion, but on a roller coaster.
It really does feel that way, yeah. I wonder how much we're gonna actually spin on this thing, but it is not a big layout.
Oh my God.
We're already rotating.
What?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, what? Oh, that lap bar's still up.
Okay.
Whoa!
Okay, all right. Look at this one.
This one, the one with no people in it, spinning the most.
They're so weird.
Odd. No 2 laps. Nope, just the one. I love it when parks theme their fences, and I also love it when they add details like this on their fences. Just a bunch of statues of vultures hanging out right here behind the roller coaster. And then that brings us back onto the main hub to now head into the Wild West area. Be sure not to step on the meerkats. I guess when you enter the land, they have a map of that specific area so you can make sure that you don't miss anything. So this is what I was talking about, how this is like the main course of the land, and then you have like this whole back area for the train and all the other different animals that you can see. So I guess this is the area that we just did. We saw the herbivores, and then if you do the truck, you see the carnivores.
How did you say that?
Carnivore?
Before that.
Herbivore?
Herbivore?
Herbivore.
You don't say the H.
There's an H.
It's silent.
You're
Herb.
silent. The central hub is weird because it's not themed at all, when clearly the other areas of the park are very well themed. But I feel like it needs like a big centerpiece. Like think about the Magic Kingdom, how you have this castle like right there in the center, and then you split off into the different lands. So imagine now Magic Kingdom, but without the castle there. So it's literally just the hub and spokes, but it's missing that centerpiece. And that's currently what Leofoo Village feels like it's missing, is some big centerpiece right here.
I think it does normally, because this is the Magic Plaza, and it says, we kindly remind you entering into the plaza to play with water may encounter the following accidents, which tells me that there's usually like it's like a splash pad. But even that being said, I still agree that there should be something more grand.
A splash pad is kind of a lame centerpiece, if that is all. I mean, it's better than nothing, which is what it currently is.
Yeah,
but
it's
still.
It's technically the off season right now, so they may, like the moment summer's over, they're like, okay, water, done.
Well, that's why the water park over here is closed.
Correct.
It's just beyond the trees right there. It's hot enough that it could be open, but it is not.
I think also these bigger areas of water over here might normally have fountains in them. I see some like stuff underneath the water that would lead me to believe that perhaps that's what's going on, and they just really do turn off all the water stuff this time of year. I know.
Which is silly, because it's like 80 degrees out. That's summer in New England.
That's true. That's true.
Right now, it's just a dead zone. The water's better than nothing, but it's just a little
It's mainly
weird.
that, like the individual areas, like the lands or whatever, are like so nice. The center area like does not get you like hyped for what is to come back there. I feel like it needs to match its freak.
Yes,
you know?
it is not an accurate representation of the rest of the park, which is a shame because this is the first thing you see. The Wild West is looking a little different than the rest of the park, to say the least.
Yeah, I think the Halloween event is concentrated to this area. So every other area in the park, you can actually see it on this thing right here. They all close between 4:30 and 5, and then this area is open until 7:30 because of the Halloween event.
Very weird to only have one section of your entire park open significantly later than the rest.
Yeah, I don't know if they have haunted houses though. I think it's like maybe scare zones and just fun activities.
Hey Sarah, I'm sorry, I need to interrupt you. I just want to say how much at home I feel just being here, you know? It just reminds me of...
Always gotta have a good old American section. Not the Halloween stuff, right?
And there is the Intamin Impulse Coaster, which means it is time for some bad news that I'm sure many of you already suspected.
It's closed.
It is not open today.
Yeah, this was down for scheduled maintenance, but it was supposed to be done by now, and clearly it's not, which kind of stinks because the other two coasters here are not really like anything for an enthusiast to ride home about. But that being said, I'm glad that we still came to this park because it really is cool. So it's all
Yeah, and you know, of the roller coasters in Taiwan to miss, the big roller coasters in Taiwan to miss, I'm not as upset about this one because we have done a clone of it.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be way more upset if Gravity Max was down, or the B&Ms at Janfusen, or the Big Air at the EDA theme park. Because those are like, you know, unique rides.
I think this is the second roller coaster right next to us. Little Rattler.
Oh, yeah, I hear it going, actually. Cool, let's do it. Might as well. Nothing else is open. This is my favorite effect of this coaster. They have these beams that hang below the track, like attached to the cross ties, to give it like a mine train effect. The front car is the exact same as like Woodstock Express, which I'm pretty sure is the same exact ride as that. Again, except for they added these cross beams to make it more mine train like.
That's why this reminds me of Big Thunder, because they have that as well.
Right, yeah. No, it's a good look. And the biggest roller coaster of the day is a Vekoma roller skater.
But it's like a mine train, so it's cool.
Up we go. Oh, look, their ears are flapping. Hi, Impulse Coaster. Aw, so sad. Oh, here we go. Woo!
Whee!
Unfortunately for us, this impulse looks sick because it dives underground. This whole, yeah, the entire launch is underneath us. That is really, really cool. Here's the entrance. Screaming Condor. I mean, technically, if this is the entrance, I don't see a rope or anything, so let's see where it takes us. Rip. Oh well. Unironically, that looks like the best themed impulse coaster. Like the way the station's set up, you can't even get close to the other spike. It just looks like you just have one spike shooting up out of the ground. That's gotta be a very cool visual.
I'm trying to think of other well-themed.
The Flash vertical
Oh, no.
velocity.
No.
Like, none of them are themed.
Also, when you're at the top of this part right here and you look down, you see like a drawing of a condor screaming.
That's
Pretty
cool.
fitting.
Yeah. Rip Screaming Condor. Don't know if we'll ever ride it now, because that would imply that we have to come all the way back to Taiwan specifically to go here, and frankly, I have no idea if that is in the future.
So I feel like it's not that out there to have like a machine that dispenses coffee and stuff. Like I've seen them like around, but this is like a really kind of advanced version. So you can get like hot and cold versions of all these different things. So I could get a matcha latte from this box, and I'm gonna try it. Okay. We don't want that much sugar.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. People are just chilling on horses. They just face into a burger restaurant. They're just chilling. Sure.
This might be the single most horrifying thing at this event. They have strung up a bunch of baby dolls on this tree and covered them in blood. What the heck, Taiwan? They're literally hung by the neck. This is so dark and messed up.
Extremely dark.
Even HHN wouldn't do something like this. Like, what? Come on, guys. Yeah, you drink your matcha. Oh my gosh, there's more. They're covered on this tree. What? This is... Oh, they're literally here too. That ain't right.
Weird, man.
It is very, very weird. And oh my gosh, there's way more. They're all the way down there too. Literally, that is their theming. That's the themed area that they went for here. They said for Halloween, we're gonna theme it to dead babies. Yeah, I think that's a fat no from me. So as we leave the Wild West area, that pretty much concludes our visit to Leofoo Village. We are on our way out. As you can see, we didn't ride a whole lot because the only other main ride we wanted to do is closed, and it seems like a lot of the other attractions that would be nice are also not open.
Yeah, there was a handful of things that we probably would have done if they were open, but they aren't. And again, I get it. This is probably like the time of year where they're doing annual maintenance and stuff before it gets too cold or anything. And I don't know. I get it. It's fine. I'm not that upset. I'm mostly upset about the Intamin, but such is life. Yeah, we did so well in Japan. It was like, there's gonna be something. There has to be something. There's no way we get through this entire thing without anything being down. You know?
Yeah. I was pretty impressed overall with the different lands here. I would say of the four, from best to worst, Arabian area, I think number one.
Okay.
South Pacific, number two. And
I like that area the best.
South Pacific was very, very good, but Arabian I just thought was very impressive. After that, toss up between Wild West and Africa. I'd say maybe Wild West,
Well, Africa's
thematically.
mainly a zoo.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not going to be themed the same
Yeah,
way.
it's a little different. I would say my personal biggest thing that I would do to improve this park is fix up the hub and also this pathway that we're on right now that leads to the entrance, because I don't feel like the pathway that you take there and then once you're actually in that hub is an accurate representation of the vibe and the thematics that you get with the rest of the individual lands. This kind of is a bad setup. I feel like yes, it makes sense to get people from the front all the way over here. I get it, but I feel like you need to dress it up more to help like set the stage for what you're about to do.
Yeah, and kind of unrelated, well, definitely unrelated to that. We did good with weather today because, like I said at the beginning, a typhoon is on its way. But right now it's a little windy. We got like a little sprinkle of rain, but it hasn't been bad.
It's been very refreshing.
Yeah, I
it
know.
feels nice out. Very, very comfortable.
The difference between this and our first week in Japan, which was like
So hot.
unbearably hot and humid, this feels fantastic.
Here's something to make sure not to miss before you exit. Pay for parking, because like some of the parks in Europe, you pay at the end, not when you arrive.
Yep, that's true. And we do have a car.
Yeah.
I don't know, did we already establish that?
Yeah, we established we had a car. Remember, because I took some wrong turns because App Maps was being dumb.
Hi, yeah, we have a car, because they drive on the side of the road that we're used to. So yeah, we're gonna be parking and seeing how that whole situation is, but I assume it's not expensive.
No, everything here is really, really affordable.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a restaurant up here. Look.
Did we mention the mountain views? Like, come on. I've heard from some people who have visited Taiwan and the different theme parks that this is one of the best in the country, which makes sense. You know, there's only like 5 standout ones around here, and each of them only have like a handful of roller coasters. You know, there are 3 at this one. The park tomorrow we're going, that's Gravity Max, I think only has 2 roller coasters. So, you know, this isn't going to be the most credit-heavy trip. And I think we knew that going in.
Yeah, no, and I don't really care. I'm here for the vibes. I'm here as much, obviously I'm a roller coaster enthusiast, but I am a theme park enthusiast just as much, if not more. So like, I get really excited to go to places that have really good theming and really cool little dark rides and like anything unique, anything amusement related.
Yes.
So to me, it's not the hugest deal that don't get hit by a car, that we aren't doing a ton of roller coasters like in this portion of the trip.
Yeah.
Like Japan, we did plenty.
Yes, you mentioned dark rides though. That's something I wish this park had. I wish they had a good dark ride. I feel
5D. It's not a dark ride, but they had a 5D thing that's just not open.
I think they need like a good like classic dark ride. Just something that has like some cool set pieces and stuff to look at. I think that would be a good addition here, and I also don't know the last time they added a new roller coaster. I'm sure something would be very nice to help strengthen their lineup.
I would agree.
But
yeah, definitely.
I don't know how much they do in terms of attendance. I was told
It's
that.
pretty busy here,
I heard
right?
today was an average day.
Yeah, and it was still pretty crowded, so.
Yeah. So
Dude, I don't remember what our car looks like already.
we are in a white Hyundai Elantra. In just over an hour drive, here we are at our place. Let's come on inside, see what we got. It is a tiny. You got a poo? The bathroom's right there. Poo? Oh, what the? What does this? What? They don't have the rights to that. Whatever. Doesn't matter. We had no idea this was here when we picked this place. But we're only like 20 minutes away from Discovery World.
Yeah.
There I am over there.
Gravity Max is down the street.
I know.
This is the ramen that we ate on the floor.
We did. We didn't want to get in the bed, and there wasn't really a table.
Floors.
Yep.
And the full experience. We got that from a vending machine because they were too lazy to go anywhere to eat today.
Overall, great day, and this is just the beginning. We still have several more parks in this country to show you. So hope you enjoyed the sightseeing around Taipei, and you got to see some really cool theming, and hopefully we'll be able to get on some more thrilling roller coasters over the next couple days.
I think tomorrow's a good start.
I was going to say, yeah, but the biggest L so far has just been missing Screaming Condor, but hopefully that is where the disappointment ends and everything just keeps on getting better.
Except for the typhoon.
We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. But you know what? That's the reality of trip planning. Stuff happens.
Well, especially here, they get like 4 to 5 typhoons a year. So, like, we might be like, whoa, really? But they're like, yeah, duh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. We asked a guy about it, like, should we be worried? And he's like, nah, you're fine. So, like,
I don't know. We'll see. We're not used to this at all. But I will say we did know when we booked this that there was a chance that could happen. We knew that was like in season, but we were told like, oh, you know, like the odds are not great. And I mean, up until this point, they weren't wrong, but all good things come to an end.
That's true.
So that's all right. We'll figure it out. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. And of course, make sure to stay tuned for more here at Coaster Studios.
And we'll see you next time.
Oh man, I want to be here.
On the next episode of Coasting Through Asia, our otherwise smooth trip hits a minor bump in the road.
It's a Category 4 typhoon.
There's no escaping it. Like, we gotta get out of here. And for no particular reason at all, no one is at this park.
There are 7 other people here. We literally were like, is this right?
But at least we get to ride the original tilt coaster, right?
We are leaving.
Yup.
We're leaving.
It's a total mess, and it's all coming up next.